Good evening all, hope we are all doing well. Welcome to Affinity Racing and round number 1 of our British Heart Foundation JT Cup, Jenny Tilwell Cup 2023 at Daytona. We kick off a brand new season, which I'm very excited about. Brand new season back in the Group 4s, so we return to the Group 4s. Now for this season, how many teams have we got? I can't remember how many teams we got now. But it's me and Stu for this one, sponsored by Park Life, courtesy of Stu. So we are going to be having a bit of fun on this one. We were going to be in the Jag, which John very kindly sorted us out a livery for as well. So we were going to be in the Jag, and then I was laughing earlier today. Stu said, "I don't like the Jag. Can I be in the Lambo, in the Huracan?" And then I said, well, I tell you what, I'll do the same. And then that keeps everyone being at like 2x2 on the car front. I just noticed that Rico's in the Jag as well, so that's interesting. We'll see how he gets on. But I did quite like the Lambo. I did quite like it. A little bit of lift off oversteer into the bus stop. Chicane. But apart from that, we're kind of alright. So we might be, you never do know, we might actually be okay. We might be, we might not be, but who knows? We might be okay. Brian was saying it's a definite possibility that we could win, or that I could win, sorry, meaning me, could win, but that I'm not so sure of. We're going to jump in for a little bit of practice. Balance of power on this season, which is probably the most important thing, because I think some of us were struggling with the actual tuning side of stuff. Obviously, some people are a lot better at it than others. So this one kind of levels things back out a little bit. It definitely does that. Yeah, whether or not it brings the field any closer, I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see, because we're all in different cars this time as well, of course. Some cars will be better than others. But I feel quite confident in the Lambo. I'm going to start by saying that. I feel quite confident in the Lambo. Apparently, I've set the fastest lap in some practice that we were doing there. Apparently, I've set the fastest lap that we've had all week. But then Carlos normally comes in and absolutely obliterates anybody's time, despite them being the fastest all week. So we'll wait and see. We're going to jump straight in for a bit more practice. Get a couple of laps done. I'll tell you what I am going to do, actually. I'm going to get a bit of practice in on the mediums. So in this one, and we're on GT7 as well, by the way. We're on Gran Turismo 7 for this, so a little bit more flexibility and things like that in terms of the actual lobby setups and stuff, which is good. But we've got dynamic weather and dynamic time on this one. We know that there won't be any rain on this because GT7 doesn't have rain for Daytona. So there will be no rain, but on some tracks there is the potential for rain, which makes things quite interesting and exciting. However, we do need to use both the soft and the medium tyres. Now, I'm not too sure, and we will know if anybody's a fan of Formula 1 or kind of actually most race categories, to be fair. Normally when you have to use kind of soft and medium tyres and all the rest of it, if it rains and you have to use intermediate tyres or wet tyres, I believe if at any point in the race you have to use wet tyres or non-slicks. This is definitely the case in Formula 1, but you then don't have to, obviously for safety reasons, use any of the other tyres, because if the track is never dry enough for soft or medium tyres, then why would you go on to them? You would stay on the intermediates or the wet. So I don't know if the game yet, that could be a glitch of some sort that we end up facing a little bit later down the line. If it starts raining and someone hasn't used the soft or the medium tyres because they've gone on from the mediums onto the intermediates and done the rest of the race, or wets and done the rest of the race, I wonder whether they'll be penalised. So that is a thought. I don't know if anybody has the answer to that already or what, but that would be an interesting one if people started getting 1 minute penalties handed to them at the end of these lobbies, and then we had to kind of manually work out who was where. That would be interesting. However, let's set a few quick laps, hopefully quick laps anyways, on the medium tyres. I haven't done much practice on the mediums, so now is probably a good time. and we'll see how we fare up. So I think strategy-wise, I'm going to run the softs for as long as I can do. I was sitting in a decent, comfortable rhythm, to be fair, all the way until I ran out of fuel. I was kind of 155, 156, and then I was down to the 54s and 3s on the really, really low fuel when I was still trying to push a little bit. So this is the only one that's a little bit of a weird line. That turn 1 can be a bit tricky. It certainly is on the medium tyres. The softs bite in a little bit more and get you slowed down. The key is to try and get slowed down before you turn in, so that you're not really unsettling the car. You do get a little bit of lift off oversteer in the Group 4 Lambo, and the Group 3 even more so for that matter. So yeah, we'll see how we end up getting on. I think everybody's doing probably quali prep now. We're doing it a slightly different way around, and we're kind of just prepping race a little bit more. I feel fairly confident. I feel like the Lambo, to be fair, is probably one of the better cars for around here. I don't know if anybody's in the GTR, but that would also obviously be a good car. I don't think the Lambo will fare up as well in other tracks. But we wait and see. We wait and see. So a couple of laps in before we jump into quali. And then of course the race begins straight after. So if anyone's new to the British Heart Foundation stuff, Rico, I'm trying to see if he's on the left hand side there, he's not, but Rico, and his link is in the to his channel's in the description. He is the one behind this, the man behind all the madness of this racing series, and you need to go check out his channel because he does full race coverage. I presume, I haven't asked him, but I presume he's doing it for this series as well. Full race coverage of all of the races, some tremendous commentary and a very, very good laugh. Oh, no sound. Well, that was annoying. How's that had no sound? We had no sound since the beginning. No, 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 no. My mic keeps dying. Oh, no, hang on a minute, hang on. Ah, my mic keeps dying for some strange reason. Yeah, it keeps muting itself, the microphone. I don't know why it's doing it. It keeps dying, the mic. Hang on a minute, hang on. Let me work this one out. This is no good. Check, 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 check. 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 Right, let's hope it stays on. Let's keep a check on the microphone. I hope it stays on. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. I think it's working. That was strange. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up in chat if you can hear me. I'm trying to watch back on my own phone here as well. There we go. I think we're alright. That was a bit weird. Oh, man. Right, I was explaining quite a bit there. That's annoying. I don't know who's caught, how much of it we've actually caught. Let me just quickly rattle through everything, though, basically. Dynamic timing, dynamic weather. Oh, that's really, really annoying, that. It's working now, though. I think we're all good. It was the actual, it was this. Oh, can you even see it on the... It's this here, which is a interface, which seemed to just keep dying. Anyways, I think we're back on track. Right, that's annoying. Right, I'll quickly rattle off everything that I was going through there, because I've just rambled on for like loads. Dynamic timing, dynamic weather. We've got to use soft and medium tyres. This track doesn't have rain programmed for... Ark says he heard all of it. No, come on, people are winding me up now. The mic was definitely dying, so there was parts that didn't go out on stream. Either that or Ark is in the room with me without me realising. Right, dynamic weather, dynamic timing, soft and medium tyres. I did make a point that I don't know how the game knows, like most racing series, that if you go onto the medium, if you go onto the intermediate tyres or wet tyres, the non-slicks, because of rain, then the rule of soft or medium tyres and mandatory compounds then goes out of the window. But I don't know if the game knows this, so this will be interesting if it crops up a little bit later down the line. I was basically saying I've managed to set the fastest time all week, apparently, from jumping on earlier. However, Carlos normally absolutely rinses everybody else's time as soon as he comes on, because he tends not to do the practice with us, I don't think. So that's handy. I managed to do quite a few. For some reason, you literally heard all of it. Right, I'm confused now. That can't be true. I don't understand. That's weird. Right, okay, anyway. So, Carlos has beaten my time, I think, there, because he's P1 there. So, as it stands, he's beaten my time, hasn't he? Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, he's beaten my time, I think. We are in the Lambo. Good car, better than I expected. Everybody's in different cars. That'll be interesting. Balance power on. That'll be interesting. No tuning. That'll be interesting. It'll all be interesting. I think that's pretty much what I was covering when nobody could hear, except Ark, apparently, what I was saying. I think that was everything. So we're good to go now, okay? So we got 2 minutes until we jump in. Just built different. We got 2 minutes until we go in. I think this will genuinely be a really, really interesting series, like a really, really interesting group of races. We've got some really, really good races, it's obviously all group 4, we're back into the group 4, but so it means a little bit of lift off oversteer and things like that in the Huracan, which is even worse in group 3 anyways, but it's manageable in the group 4. So it'll be yeah, some really, really good races. We've got some good combos, some good tracks, some of the new Gran Turismo 7 tracks. We're on Gran Turismo 7. I think I managed to say that before the mic must have died. It'll be good. It'll be really, really good. So we're looking forward to it. We've got room for 16 players in total, but I think it is just 12 of us, so 6 teams, 2 drivers each. We're about to jump into qualifying now. I'm going to jump onto the soft tyres. And then we'll get ourselves out there. We're going to try and burn a little bit of fuel as we get out early doors on quali. Maybe try and pick up some slipstreams, all that good stuff, all the usual stuff. I said loads of good stuff when the mic wasn't working. Now I can't remember anything of what I was saying. Annoying. But you don't hear me complaining about it, except for now and now. And just before. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fuel is also going to be interesting as well, because we do not have enough fuel to last us the whole race. So some people might think that fuel saving a little bit is a good idea. I would probably say that it is. Good luck all from James. James, you should be in this championship, mate. You know it. We need to get you on to GT7. But with that, I also need to get onto ACC, which I was meant to do before I came onto here. I made a note to buy it off the PSN store. I presume you can buy it on the PSN store, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Right, here we go then. Just, I guess, James, then you're sort of lumbered with this one. You do it anyway, most streams, but can you just let me know if you do have any audio issues? Just let me know, mate, because that was a weird one. That was just, the microphone was just dying for absolutely no reason, but it's perfectly fine now. It must have been a dodgy connection, or I've probably not plugged it in properly or something like that. Here's Stu behind us. Then we'll see if we can work together with Stu, of course. Be interested to see the slipstream difference. Yeah, big quick offer end soon. I'm gonna get it sorted. Stu's just not intentional, of course. That was funny. Right, let me get out of everyone's way here then. So is Stu gonna go past, or is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna go past. Cool. I need to get onto ACC. I'm going to buy it tonight, straight after this stream. I'm going to buy it tonight. Should we ram stew just for a laugh? I wouldn't really do that. Absolutely not. These first couple of laps are fuel burners anyways, so it doesn't make too much difference. I'm not too bothered about them at the moment. Just want to try and burn whatever fuel we can. Ooh, maybe getting sideways there in the... What's she in? She in the Corvette? What's she in? Right, damage is on high as well. That was the other thing to mention, because we've still got damage on the back of the car there, although it's not too bad, I don't think. Doesn't matter too much, because we are going to be burning as much fuel as we can on these laps. We're going to be able to get a few laps done, I think. Did brake quite early when Stu hit us there. I would have caught him out a bit. ACC, different world of sim. Jonathan, how we doing? Hello mate, hello chat. Hope we're all well, mate. Hope we're all well. Yeah, ACC, it just, every time I see it, it just looks mega. It just looks absolutely mega. Super realistic, the graphics, the kind of the feedback, the visual feedback. I'm not talking about through the wheel, I've never driven it, but the visual feedback that people seem to have on that sim is absolutely class. Just the way you see the car moving, and I asked Zafra about it the other day when he was on his stream. James would have seen it because he was in. James was in the chat, so he'll know what I'm on about. I was asking him, because every time I see someone on ACC, they're always in cockpit view. They're always like this, and I didn't know if that was just the standard view. That was all you could get on ACC, but apparently not. But that's what most people seem to go for, which is quite interesting, because obviously most people on Gran Turismo go for this view. They tend to, anyways, go for this view. So quite an interesting one. We're going to get a couple more laps done here, and then we'll jump into the pits and change tyres and stuff. We've still got that damage on the back of the car, so I don't know if we'll go into the pits if that would fix it. I presume it must do, I don't know. 154.8 then. We got down to the 53s in our quali practice, so hopefully I can do the same on this one. We're 1 second quicker there. Jonathan, you need to get ACC, yeah, and then we'll start a championship over there as well, and we'll have Gran Turismo and ACC championships. How about that? And more importantly, streams on both of them. How awesome would that be? I'd love to be able to do a couple of streams a week and alternate between the two, and hopefully videos as well. Maybe compare them all and see what we reckon. You use chase cam, Jonathan, old school, love it. David, how we doing? Play ACC on Bonnet Cam, but my PC ain't the greatest, so my graphics ain't good. Ain't as good as it could be. I got you. Does it give you options to kind of to customize it a little bit like that then, so you can drop the quality of graphics and all the rest of it if you need to? Oh, that might be that'll be a penalty, that I think. Which is what Gran Turismo gives you the option for that when you first get onto it, with the ray tracing or the faster frames per second. But for me, I would always rather go faster frames, because you've just got a clearer idea of what's going on. Maybe it's a little bit quicker to react or whatever, as opposed to kind of the light and graphics following the cars a little bit better, as they maybe would do in real life. But yeah, I opted for the faster frame rate, mainly because for me anyways, the graphics was obviously such a huge upgrade from Gran Turismo Sport that it felt like an upgrade even without the ray tracing thing, so that was what I opted for anyways. Right, I'm going to jump into the pits end of this lap then, because we want to be conscious of outlaps and in-laps and everything else. And the physics is better, yeah. On ACC, it just, you can tell just visually by watching it, the feedback on everything on it is just so much better. Like I say, I can't talk for exactly what you feel through the wheel, but the actual graphics and the way that you see the car move and bounce and react to things like curbs and grass and whatever else, you still get it really, really well in Gran Turismo. You can't, you know, no denying, but yeah. Right, we're going to be forced to decelerate at the next penalty line, but we're going to go into the pits here as well anyway, so it doesn't take anything off our actual lap. Right, soft tyres, do not refuel. Ah, there we go, aerodynamics. Only 3 seconds to repair the aero, I will take that. Would recommend downloading all the extra content. Okay, interesting. Is that available on PS5 as well? Because that unfortunately is what I will be playing it on. I know most people on ACC are on PC, but I would be on PlayStation. Yeah, literally, Jonathan, just as I was saying that, your comment popped up there. Yeah, that's my only... I'm going to be getting it for PlayStation because I don't have PC. I've got no interest at the moment of I would love one if I won the lottery in which I don't play, but if... Oh, you absolute plonker. Oh, what a div. What an absolute div. Straight off the road. Yeah, I'm pulling to the left there. I'm going to have to then come in again and do another outlap, and I'm going to have only one chance for an for a push lap here, I think. What an absolute plonker! You might as well change tyres. Yeah, Jonathan, as I was just saying that there, your comment popped up. I've got no interest in getting a PC just yet. Definitely something that I want a little bit further down the line, but it would be PlayStation for me. So yeah, not sure on the extra content for the PlayStation. Yeah, that's the thing. I know everyone's on it on PC. I'm assuming, I know that it'll be amazing on PlayStation as well. I've got absolutely no doubt about that. When I'm talking about PlayStation PC, I presume that just the PC version has more people on it as well, so a little bit better for lobbies and things like that. That's what I'd be presuming. PlayStation, I've got no doubt that the graphics and feedback and everything else would be as good as PC, potentially if not better, depending on the setup of PC you would have. PlayStation's got a lot of processing power, can withhold a lot of graphics and a lot of information. So I'd presume that the PlayStation would be more than fine to play on. My concern is that you might end up just seeing the same 3 people in every lobby all the time, because I doubt many people are on it, or as many people are on it compared to PC. There's loads of discs. You've just bought the basic game. Well, I'm gonna download. I'm gonna see if I can download it, get a digital version, and I'll download a bit extra content and all that sort of stuff. Oh, you've played it on PS4 and it's not great. Oh, oh well then, maybe not. Don't have a PC either, or a PS5. Just guess you won't bother just yet. I suppose you'd always give it a go, Jonathan, on PlayStation, on PS4, couldn't you? Always give it a go, see what you think. Right, don't bin it this time, shall we not? Let's concentrate. Let's not put it into the wall. Am I in anyone's way here? No, we're all good. Right, I'm only going to have enough time to do 1 lap at the end of this. We're P5 at the moment. So it is only going to be enough Had a bit of a nightmare qualifying session as far as they go. So I'm going to try and burn as much fuel as I possibly can do all here. Try and get rid of as much fuel as possible. Tried the original Settle Corsa. Oh, you reckon it was a waste of money? PS4 doesn't have the latest physics update. I'll catch the rest of that in a second. Right, let's go. Probably should have not been trying to waste fuel there because the exit was pretty important. All the way up to the top side then while we gather as much speed as we can. I'm not sure if they did the physics update on PS5 or not. Well, that I don't know, but I will have to try and find out, I guess. I'll download it and give it a go. James says it was only like 11 or 12 quid or something like that, so I would definitely, I'd definitely just buy it just to give it a go out of curiosity more than anything else. Oh no, that's cost me. That's cost me. I was sliding all the way around there. Just try and make up a couple of positions maybe on the grid if we can do. Up the grid, sorry, in quali here. And then hopefully we can make up a few when we're actually in the race. Well, this is going to be our only lap. It's not going to be a very good one, I can tell you that much, but first sector not that great in my opinion compared to how well I've been doing that before. Now I'd be happy if that meant best of the whole lobby, but I don't think it does. That's just personal best. Here we go. Potentially be a 54 this. I don't think it's going to be quite good enough for pole. Couple of tenths off pole position, we get P3. Eddie's still running, Brian's still running, so they could both improve. They can only extend their lead. DP behind us, Carlos behind us, running in the Viper. They might be contenders for a pole or possibly knock us off. Oh no, is that going to be the way it stays? It looks like that's going to be the way it stays. Okay then, we're going to start on the soft tyres. Yeah, well done to Brian. That was that's a good lap. Eddie's just behind him with a 0.6. Ah, that's interesting, John. That's interesting. New sim racing game, Ren Sport. I heard it will be free to play, but you have to buy tracks and maybe cars like iRacing. Interesting. That's interesting. I'd be up for having a look at that. Is that on PlayStation, do you mean, or is that another PC sim though? Right, here we go then. Oh, it's a roll and start. This roll and start? How come we don't have a grid start? Ah, we don't have a grid start. Interesting. Still not too bad though. Away we go. Come on then, P3. Oh! unlucky was that? Oh, that's a shame. Brian's put it straight into the wall. Right, P1 then now. We've got to try and break away here. Brian possibly going to have quite a bit of damage there, which he'll not be able to shake off for a pretty long time unless he goes into the pits. I'm going to try and do what I think is the sensible thing and fuel save just a little bit so I can be on the soft tyres for as long as I can. So we're up to P1. Alpha, how we doing, mate? Hope we're all well. Hope we're all well. These guys are going to want to try and catch now. I'm going to try and get 13 laps at the very least out of this. I want to try and go just over half distance. Brian's been a bit unlucky there, I think. And then I can't remember who was P2. Or was it Eddie? Eddie was P2, I think. Joined just in time. Nice one, Alpha. Did you manage to catch the start there? We got a couple of positions very early on. So up to P1. It's a good start. I think we just passed there the tombstone of Brian Messiah. I'm gutted for him. I'm genuinely gutted. Genuinely gutted for him. I say that with a massive smile on my face. I am genuinely gutted for him, and I know he'll be gutted as well. Always a shame to lose out quite early on. Normally that's me that happens to. Got a bit of nighttime racing going on here. This may well end up being running into early morning as well, depending on the time variable. I think it was at ×1, however, so maybe it's going to be a total nighttime race. 2-second gap at the moment. I'm just going to keep short shifting, trying to get as many laps out of these soft tyres as I can. Crazy crash, yeah, it was. It was a bit. We've benefited from it. Very rarely do we benefit from a crash happening up in front of us. Brian's dropped down to P7 there now, P8 now as well. I don't think he's going to want to stop with that damage, but I think he's going to have to. I think it's definitely going to be worth him doing it. Making a stop. Brian was on the mediums as well, interesting. So I am taking it quite easy and trying to fuel save. Our prediction at the very start of the race was 13 laps. We've done 2 and a bit laps, and our prediction on fuel remaining is still 13 laps, so that's pretty good going. I want to try and aim maybe if we can for about 15 laps on the soft tyres. Teammate crash. Give you a 2016 Mercedes flashback, I bet, yeah. 2.9 then. The gap at the moment, so we're doing alright, I would say. Keep the short shifting going. I'm going to keep saving fuel as best as I can do without trying to lose too much time. That's the key thing, I think. Try and keep these laps at about 155, 56, hopefully quite comfortably. 7 gears too, that's helpful. It certainly is. It is for fuel saving as well. Definitely. Like I say though, I'm not going to absolutely try and rinse every litre of fuel I can for as many miles to the gallon. But I'm just going to try and run as far into the race as I can on these softs, because the softs really did actually hold performance and hold pace pretty well when I was practicing earlier. So I just want to be careful of anybody a little bit further back. Maybe he's pitting a bit earlier, starting on the mediums, having good pace, cutting through the field a bit later on. I think the sensible point to stop in the race is like lap 13, 14, 15, around about there, and do that many laps on the softs if your car can do it. But to do that many laps on the soft tyre, you do have to start with a full tank of fuel, pretty much. So it's not like it sort of eliminates the option that to do like a lot of people will be doing, which is to be on the soft tyres when you're on less fuel, which is what a lot of people normally do, like in the dailies and stuff like that. They'll go, right, well, we'll go on to the softs later when we've got less fuel. But with this, it's going to require a refuel as well, so either way, on the softs, you're going to be starting your soft stint on a full tank. Since the Christmas update dropped, you've been driving the Julia. I haven't been in it yet, mate. I have not been in it, but I do love that car. I do love that car. Right, 3.8 the gap. Good gap so far. Be a penalty or not. Don't think it is. Until we fall out of the sort of at least running at 56s per lap. Once we start getting up to 57s because of tyre performance, maybe think about pitting, but at the moment they are absolutely more than fine. A few of the lads had mentioned about the Lambo. They said, oh, it will chew up the tyres a little bit, but to be fair, at the moment it's been alright. Tyre wear feels pretty good. But that's the thing, my strategy here is run till lap 15 on the softs, do the rest on the mediums. So I don't know if anybody else is going to just try and do like a couple of laps on the mediums to get them up done, and then faster laps on the softs. I don't quite know what people's thoughts are going to be on that one. So if we see people starting to pick quite early, then we know what we need to look out for. Trying to do the maths on that one, to be fair. Pit stop round here, what is it? I can't remember, about 20, is it 22 seconds, or have I just made that up? That's the number I've got in my head. Tyres just doing a little bit of sliding there, but still all good. Fastest lap so far for me. 5.3 the gap there. So I just need to make sure I'm doing a good job of fuel saving, because to be fair, DP behind us here might be doing quite a bit of fuel saving and trying to go even longer on the soft tyres. So that's something to also think about. Oh, the soft's that good. 8 lap medium stint, yeah, about 8 laps on the medium, yeah. I want to pit lap 15 if I can. I might be able to go a little bit longer on the softs. I don't feel like they're that bad. They're quite consistent, quite good. We're about a second off now the pace, so we're up to 56s, but I feel like I'm kind of just intentionally driving at about this pace. 56-ish is what I'm aiming for. Because I'm fuel saving, I should just be able to constantly run at a half decent pace. I'm aiming for laps of about 56, mid 55s to mid 56. Please remember to hit the like, picture and sound all good. Magic. Yes, please do. If you haven't done already, please do hit the like button. And thankfully we've had no issues with the sound, because that was a little bit of a weird old glitch at the beginning there, talking to absolutely nobody. See, this is saying, guessing at about another 8 laps, so I could possibly go, and I am on 51% fuel, so I could possibly go to lap 16 here, but that would be probably about it, I think. Oh, there we go, a little bit lift off oversteer there. Decelerating a bit too much there. This one will be a high 55, so we're averaging decent time. Yeah, mid 55, decent. I just need to be careful because I feel like when we get onto the mediums, some people will have started on the mediums and they will catch up to us fairly quickly because then they'll be on the softs, of course. So I do need to be a little bit careful of that. But we're breaking away so far. We've got a decent gap at the moment. DP behind us there. I don't know if he's starting on the softs or what. So yeah, you're right, James. It is less. It's at ×4 this one, I think. Times 4. ×4 sound about right. I think that's what we were on. So a little bit more manageable, a little bit more bearable. I actually do think, to be honest with you, if this was on maybe it's ×5 or ×6, I feel like that might throw a bit more of a spanner in the works. ×4 at the moment, just trying to run as far as we can on the soft tyres. It kind of ×4, how do I say it, warrants less stops. Maybe it's a ×5 or a ×6 would warrant people having to think about 3 stints in a 2-stop strategy, which would be interesting to say the least. But 6.8 there, so we've got just enough for 7 laps more, I think, if we try and stretch this. So running to about lap 16, 17, something like that. Just going to try and use this lap as a chance to fuel save, because I am going to come in with literally probably 0% fuel. Because I'm going to run as far as I dare do. Yeah, ×8 yeah, ×8 was a bit brutal. It was good though. It was really, really good. It was a good challenge, that's for sure. Shifting even earlier. Still in the 55s then, quite comfortably I think. We have fuel mapped up a little bit, so DP's catching us a fair bit on this one. Still at a 56.3, call that a 56.4 realistically. So just a bit of fuel saving on that last lap, just to make sure that we can get to lap 16 before we pit, or lap 17 rather I should say. Really, really early short shifts, still decent time, only half a tenth down there, and we've been short shifting very, very early there. Same here as well. Woohoo! Couple of mistakes on that one there. How come I didn't do Nations yesterday? Overall, I was just a little bit busy. I was actually filming a stand-up comedy gig last night at the Tyne Theatre and stuff, but during the day I wouldn't have really had the time sadly. But yeah, when the next season kicks off properly, I will be doing hopefully all of the dates for both nations and for manufacturers. So that might mean something like 3 or 4 streams a week, which I'll be really, really excited to be doing. I hope that's not a penalty. Oh no, it is as well. Right, okay, that's going to be costly then. That's going to be just a little bit costly. But yeah, so it didn't do nations. I was gutted actually because it was a really, really decent combo as well. Scotty streamed for 10 hours straight. Oh man, nice one. He's a legend, Scotty. He's absolutely class. Yeah, I wanted to be streaming that one, but just couldn't end up doing it, just in availability and whatnot in the end. So a little bit of a nightmare, but yeah, when the manufacturer's proper season starts and the Nations Cup, I want to be doing all of them, every single date. I don't want to miss a single date, and I want to do the best that we possibly can do. Right, this is the only one that's going to take us, be our first 57 lap, 157, probably possibly even a 2-minute actually with this 1 second penalty. But we've gained a bit to DP again there behind us, so we just want to maybe be a little bit careful here. Too much time. Oh, there we go. Now we started losing time to him. Oh, he goes into the pits. Oh, he's been on the mediums though. That's the problem there, you see. I did say we needed to watch because if someone was on behind us on the mediums, so I don't want to start to think that I've maybe took this a little bit too easy. I'm trying to fuel save and stretch the soft tyre running. But realistically, that gap that he had to us there for the rest of this race on the softs, he could easily close that gap. Definitely, so we need to just watch him. Need to just watch him a little bit. So if we did start to really push, we could actually improve even on our best time now, I would say, genuinely. Even on the tyres as they are at the minute, we could probably still get down to a 54. So the life is in them. I'm just trying to extend the run that we do on them, because on those mediums we're probably going to be lapping at maybe 57-ish. So I'm just trying to extend our run on the softs as far as we can go. I think lap 16 is when I'm going to come into the pits though. That's going to be my strategy, my decision. When we go in 15-second gap. 17, 18. Oh, who's behind me there? Mad Dad. I don't actually know who that is. Do we know who that is? He's had a bit of an error, a bit of a mistake, so 19 seconds the gap to him. Right, these last 2 laps I'm going to push a little bit, because we're going to go pit at the end of lap 16. I guarantee you at least 1 or 2 sectors end up being the best, because we've not lost too much performance out of these tyres. They're looking a bit red there, but from my practice earlier on, they still had quite a bit of bite in them even at this point, or they weren't far off They really, really weren't far off. So we just need a couple of good laps, a couple of good... Oh, there we go. Brian into the pits. 0% fuel there. So now he's going to do another stint. Another stint he's going for. Well, I said I could get down to the 54s, even so. I was not lying, and I was not wrong when I said the life that's left in these tyres and the performance still in them is still there. Right, this is just going to be an absolute all-out lap now. 54.9 that one. This is going to be pushed quite bad, quite hard for an in-lap here. 22-second gap. Fastest first sector. Again, I wasn't lying. I said at least one sector would be the fastest so far. Right, the only thing to watch for now, as I say, is people being on the softer tyres. Motive, how are we doing? Hey mate, enjoyed your last video. Ooh. Unlucky but still good job on P2. Thank you so much mate, really appreciate you watching it. Absolute hero. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a good race that, I really enjoyed it. I was gutted not to get the win though, but it was a really, really good race. It was class. Thank you for watching mate, really appreciate it. Right, into the pits we come then. Into the pits we come. That would have been the fastest lap of the race so far as well. Onto the mediums we go. We are going to have to refuel. How much fuel we put in now is going to be quite interesting because we've been fuel saving a lot there. So ended up in P10 in that race, had a nightmare. Oh mate, I think I do recall actually, I think I do remember seeing you drop back. I can't remember what the incident was, but yeah, I do remember seeing that. That was a bit unlucky. I think you had some good results that day though, didn't you? I'm sure I remember seeing you up on the podium at some point in some of those races. I think I could be wrong though. I'm sure I remember. Right, and maybe it's going to kind of go 25% more. I feel like I was saving about 25% fuel there, so I'm going to go, that's pretty much saying go 50%. I'm going to go a fair bit more because we're going to want the opportunity to push, and use this fuel. I'm going to go about 80% there. Even this could prove to be a little bit of a struggle. We've got 9 laps. Should have made it easy on myself. We've got 9 laps to go. No, 8 laps to go. Yeah, so 8 laps, okay, about 10% per lap. Let's average it like that. We're still in the lead then. 6 seconds the lead. But DP is on soft tyres now, so that's time that he could pull out here. Right, 7 seconds the gap. We've got 7 laps to go. Realistically, he could easily pull out a second per lap. Easily. There's potential for it, I think. So we need to watch where we're going. Watch what we're doing. 10% per lap is my average as well. That's my allowance. I'm going to start seeing him closing the gap quite a bit, quite quickly. Tell you now, this will be close. James is saying easy win. I'll tell you now, mate, this is actually not going to be that easy. DP's took out 7/10 that just this lap so far, so we are going to have to be quite cautious, but also trying to get a bit of a shift on these mediums. It's not going to be quite that easy. Obviously, his tyre performance will drop off quite a bit within 6 laps. But yeah, he's got it down to 7 seconds. There you go. So mid 55. Where I'll be happy, or I'll not be too fussed if that drops down to a 56 as well. And then we've pretty much averaged 56s all race. But that's because we've been on the soft tyres. We weren't any quicker on there because I was trying to extend and keep those soft tyres running as far and as long as we could have done. So 7.3 the gap. Who knows though, that might have been the wrong strategy. I might have been better off doing a few more laps on the mediums if we were able to keep that kind of pace and going a little bit quicker on the softs when we had them. Who knows? Who knows? But when he catches us up to us, which he inevitably, or at least I'm expecting him to, it could be quite close and a bit sketchy. So we want to watch what we're doing here. Just try and make sure we keep getting good drives out of the corner, which is where our advantage is going to be in a 4-wheel drive Lambo. So fingers crossed. Seconds the gap still. 7.1 down to 6.9. He's been a lot quicker through that chicane there. This is where it starts getting interesting now for sure. Actually not needing to worry about fuel anymore, so I'm going to absolutely rinse it in top end of 6th gear here. Being slightly lower gears on the way out, like second there. He's going to start closing now. He's really going to start closing now. If we average it out now, he's taken out about a second per lap. Right, so we've got then 5 laps left, and the gap is about 5.8 seconds, so it is going to be quite close. sure. I've not been very quick there. That's I've been quite slow there, in fact. Two 310s taken out of me there in the chicane. .4, another mid 55 lap. That's good. .4, 5.3. I don't want to keep looking at that number. I feel like it's going to put me off eventually. 3.5 laps to go. I'm sure you could do it as well though, James. We've got a good gap now, and he hasn't managed to take out... He is taking out time out of the chicane, but that's going to be expected on the soft tyres. We're sliding a little bit through there now, but the gap's still at 5 seconds here, which is, I would say, relatively comfortable. But if we do make any mistakes, he is going to be right on top of us, so... Oh, 4.8, 4.7. Oh, there's a mistake I didn't want to make. Ark's got fastest lap of the race so far, look. gap 5.7. So unless we make a major mistake on this lap or the next, I think we should be okay here. We were just very fortunate that we didn't get caught up in the accident at the very start of the race there. So that's pretty much been the difference. Because had we got caught up in some of that, we might not have pulled the gap that we did. And it'd be quite easy to lose a bit of time on here if you're not working together with people and stuff like that. So the guys behind us were all quite close together. And I do wonder if there's maybe been a little bit of scrapping going on, battling for position those early laps. It's what's cost, and it's just allowed me to have the chance to get out in front and build a little bit of a gap, and that'd be the difference really. Oh, DP's gone off, I think. Oh no, he hasn't. That gap just stayed exactly the same for a very long time, which normally means they've gone off while it recalculates where they're at. Got a penalty. I don't even know where I am on the track. Which track limit did I just break there? Oh, I think I know. Oh, now this is not a mistake that I wanted to make. This is not a mistake that I wanted to make. I think that we should be okay even with the penalty. But it will double if we don't serve it on this lap. I think we should do. It's not going to come up, I don't think. So this will become a 3-second penalty. No, we're going to serve it. I think I might have preferred the 3-second penalty, knowing that we've got a 6-second gap, but okay. Oh, this will be interesting now. This will be very close. This will be very close. This will be very close. No, I think we're going to be okay. Oh, thank God for that. We're all right. Whew. That did cost us more than the 1.5, of course, but I think we are all good. Yes, that is a good. Oops, punching the microphone. That is a good start. That is a good start. I'm happy with that. P1. Not too shabby, eh? Whew. Stu's in P4. Oh, he's got a 1-minute penalty. No, Stu. Stu, no. No. Stu nearly had P4 there. Ah, no, Stu. I'm guessing he hasn't used both tyre compounds. Ah, no. Oh, unlucky Stu. 1-minute penalty's got to be for breach of regulation, isn't it? So I can only assume it's tyre compound. I think that's what it must be. We got to use medium and the soft. I think everybody did just do the one stop. I think maybe it might have been worth you, if you really wanted to push and take the gamble, it might have been worth you doing a 2-stop and going for a soft and then run the medium. If you really wanted to, don't know if that would have ever really been worth it, but we just basically, I was aiming for 55 to 56, a mid 55 to mid 56 is what I was always aiming for there, and we pretty much averaged that on the mediums and we averaged that on the softs as well. Press the wrong button. Oh no, Stu, unlucky. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. Do you mean, so you pressed the wrong tyre compound, did you, or is that what happened? That made you sweat a bit. P5, nice one, Ark. P4 for Brian. He's managed to climb back up there. He's done well there. He's done well. Oh, that's unlucky, that, Stu. Oh, man. Unlucky. There was people quite close behind you there, wasn't there? So you did actually do the pit stop. Just you ended up running on the wrong tyres. Oh, mate, that's a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. Shows promise for the next race. Yeah, exactly. Times were pretty consistent. 1:57, good stuff, mate. Yeah, we averaged a 56 on the soft and on the mediums, because I was going for as long as I possibly could on the soft. Fuel saving, trying to fuel save a little bit and stretch. I maybe could have gone one more lap, but thankfully I didn't need to there. I would have had like 0.9 laps. Oh, Stu, don't be saying that. Don't be saying that. We can't have that. We can't have that. Got caught up in a bit of scramble. Caused a bit as well, so that was unlucky. Closed some more time. Closed more than 8 seconds, sorry. 6 seconds to you after I switched to the softs. Oh, right. Nice one, mate. Yeah, so... Oops. I was wondering what we did there. We saved the replay. Love it. Oh, good stuff. Well, I enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a good race. Very eventful race, Rico says. Now, what I would normally do is I would look back through the replay and have a look at some of the kind of key moments of the race and stuff. I'm not going to do that on the stream, and I'm not going to do that myself either. I'm going to wait, as I started to do in the middle of last season's races. I'm going to wait for Rico to put his video out so that we can all see, and we can all see it from the marvelous edit that Rico, and the effort and edit that Rico puts together, to be able to bring us the coverage that he does. Amazing commentary, amazing coverage, and some really, really good, really, really funny commentary, which is well worth a listen. So I'm not going to go back through that race. I don't want to look at the replays and stuff until I see Rico's video come out later in the week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Links in the description for Rico's channel. He is the brains behind all of this madness. Like bumper cars lap 1 and 2. Rico sideways in front at one point. Wow. Okay. Oh, no videos for the championship. Is that all right? Is that the case? Is he not doing videos? I thought he was. Right, okay, well, in that case, then, I'm going to take your word on that, James. We'll have a watch of that replay instead, then. So we will have a very quick watch. I just want to see what happened with Brian. I think he just... apologies to Brian in advance, because I think he did just run into the... maybe he took the line a bit too tight and ran into the wall. I don't want to embarrass him too much here. But that is pretty much how we got that race win, to be honest with you, because it would have been pretty tricky to overtake Brian and Eddie, who were in front. So I think that's the only reason that we managed to... I put the entire race win down to that. I genuinely do. Oh, too busy till later in the year. Right, okay, I've obviously missed that message then. So, yeah, we'll have a watch of the replay then. We'll have a quick watch of the replay. Just for the start, we kind of catch whatever was happening everywhere else. But if anybody has any points or moments in the race that they remember that they want me to have a quick look at on the stream, then let me know. Here we go. So it was a rolling start, but was it meant to be a rolling start, or was it did Rico maybe forget that setting, or was it intentionally a rolling start? So Brian's on the mediums here. This is the important thing. So Brian's on the mediums. so unlucky that. Go on board with Eddie. Where's he at? Yeah, for this bit at the start. So he was also on the mediums then, so he's running a little bit wider there. Oh, it's unlucky that. It's unlucky that. He's lost a couple of places there. Brian comes back on, so he remains in front. Eddie with a bit of damage as well. He's got someone on the right hand side. Oh, it's Rico on the right hand side there. Rico maybe looking for a move to the inside here or no? Yeah, there he is. Oh no, it's Carlos, or is it Rico as well? I don't know. Carlos and Brian side by side. Is Carlos going to try and stick it to the inside here? He is, he is, he is. Nice. Go on, lads. Go on, lads. Carlos gets a move. Nice. Good bit of racing there. Good bit of racing. I think that's made the difference. All of that sort of stuff going on. DP behind us, and we've managed to break away, really. So... barrier jumped out from nowhere. I'm sure Brian will be saying the same thing as well. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. There we are though. Really good race. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed that a lot. That was good fun, that. When did DP pit again? This annoys me, this, when it does this. It restarts at the same lap every time. Oh, I can't be bothered. It's doing my head in. Anyways, a good stream, I would say. A good race, a good stream, a good round number 1. So, race calendar is down in the description. I will not be able to remember the next race, but it's down there in the race. The race calendar's down there in the description. So go have a look at that. Check out all the upcoming races. It's pretty much, I think if I remember rightly, it's pretty much every second Sunday. So every 2 weeks is pretty much the gap. So 7 races, 6 more rounds to go. Quite glad I can say that I've got off to a good start. So I'm very, very happy about that. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for plenty more live streams and videos and all that sort of good stuff. We've got Monday night racing, which I'm looking forward to as usual. And then as of next week, go by ACC. I tell you what, James, yes, I'm going to open up the App Store so that I do not forget to do that after this. So, yeah, we've got the... how do I come off this then? That's what I need. Cool. Right, yeah, so next stream will be tomorrow night. But, however, just very quickly, for anybody who actually cares... tomorrow night, it might be a little bit of a later start. It might be 7:30 or it might be 8 p.m. or whatever. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to aim for 7 p.m., but I'm not sure. We've got a house viewing tomorrow, which is the one that we're potentially putting an offer in on. So we've got a kind of second viewing, which we've sorted out over there. So I'm going to do that, drop Layla off, come straight back here. It might be 7, it might be 7:30 at the latest. It'll be no later than 8 p.m. Hopefully the house viewing we managed to get booked at about, because we haven't booked it yet. We're hoping that we can ring up tomorrow and they'll let us go for a second viewing. So we're hoping to get that kind of like 5, half 5, maybe 6 p.m. at the latest. So hopefully 7:30, 8 p.m. we'll be back on here. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm going to head to the PlayStation store straight after this. I'm going to go buy myself ACC. In fact, we will see if ACC is on here. Is it double? Oh, there it is. Bosh. $11.99. Yes. What's the difference there then? Oh, PS4, PS5 extra, $11.89. It's the same price for PS4. There's 2 PS4 versions here, but I think that's just 2 results coming up. Oh, and then there's the different the packs as well. Look, so I got you. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna download this. There we are. And then we can upgrade it as well. What can we upgrade? Catalog. Offer ends 18th of January. Right, well, I'm going to quickly buy this. In the next couple of weeks, we will start streaming ACC. That's definitely going to happen. And then starting next week, we will have our first Friday night stream, which I'm looking forward to. What we will call a bit of Friday fun stream or whatever, which at some point will become on a second account as well. I just need to unlock all that on a second account firstly so that we can get back online. So I think that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be looking forward to that. Hope everybody else is as well. Hope everyone's enjoyed round number 1 of the JT Cup. Round number 2 back in a couple of weeks. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the weekend. And fingers crossed, I will see you all tomorrow night. Whether it's 7:30 or 8 p.m. or whatever, I will see you tomorrow night for some more good racing. So I'll catch you all later on. Enjoy what is left of the evening. Toodles!